Alright, here we go. Let's check our connection. As usual, you can watch us over on YouTube, or follow along with the comments at least. Maybe pause the stream on YouTube and chat over here with us. Let's pop that comments box out.
I think Gripper's gonna be there again. He's gonna start lurking again. Damn that buzzard.
There we go. Should be it.
Is anyone saying anything? Because I can't hear shit.
Nope, just got it ready. Alright, greetings all. That was the official start of it, was Chris's words. It was all planned. Thank you, Chris.
Indeed.
Welcome, Monsterites out there. Lovers of monsters. We got a great topic today. I think it's going to be a fun one. It's an easygoing one. It'd be interesting to get into serious arguments over it, but yeah, like I said, that would be interesting. But I'm sure that is most likely not to happen, as today's topic is delicious monsters. That's right, folks. Monsters that we think would be good to eat. That was a really badly...
Or we know are good to eat.
I really should have better prepared for this with my wording here, but that was pretty bad. Okay, so yeah. Delicious monsters. We're going to be using the Wheel of Torture today. I want to say that I have been, because usually I get up before these casts, if anybody out there watches and wants to know, as they usually start a little late. So that's why we try to start them between 2 and 2:30 Mountain Standard Time. But we may be starting them right on time at 2 o'clock from now on, as I'm trying to change my clock here. Now, we do have C here, good. And we do have Chris, so it makes legit to my cringy start there. Let me see here. What else do we need to announce here? I think that's pretty much it. Over in YouTube, we have Double Donde, of course, is doubling it up, as he is here and there at the same time simultaneously, and so is JMPF. So congrats to us for being watched by the same people on YouTube and nobody knew. Yeah. Yeah, actually it says it's 1-1. Okay, all right. So, how's everybody doing? Great. Great. Yes. Donde says good, and I don't know if anybody else hears me.
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, excellent. How about I just call out everybody's name, and you can respond then, as we usually do. I don't know what's up with me today. I think I was preparing this longer than usual, and so I screwed it up more than usual. But that's how things go here. I hope our connection is decent. It looks like it's red, green. Okay. All right, well, let's get going. Let's introduce our voices today. If you want to be a voice on the Monstercast, you can always join this second YouTube channel, which you're probably on right now. So you can chat there live, and I'll read your replies there, or you can always join our Discord. We really welcome people here to the Discords. It's quite active. A lot of fun things here. A lot of memes are created here and stem from here, so I do recommend coming in, joining it, so you stay kind of, I don't know, up to date on the Monsterhood memes and stuff and what goes on, and just the people, the usuals that are here and such. I'm pretty happy with this Monsterhood, with this Discord and and how it's going. So, yeah, just want to share that officially here. So, let's begin. Let's introduce
We are
everybody.
not complete failures. Huzzah!
Indeed. We have Adonde back once again. I don't know if he ever missed. I think he might have missed a Monstercast, but he's been here since the early days, always in text. A mystery he is. Donde, and hopefully not Dando, but Dandy. I like Dandy. Welcome. Donde in the text. I think you already said how you are. How the hell are you? He waved. He's awake. He's aware. And JMPF also joining us over here.
Hi.
Hey, we got a voice. Awesome to have you here. Hola, amigo.
Hola. ¿Qué tal te ha
Awesome.
ido?
No
Excellent.
hablo inglés.
Yes, I do.
No, I'm talking about himself.
You don't habla
Nah, I was
inglés.
just kidding.
Joseph the Dragon God, joining us more from the east or west. I guess it's both. How the hell are you, Joseph?
I hope you're ready because this is gonna be a hell of a tasty monster cast.
Excellent. Excellent. Beautiful. Thank you for helping me out with my terrible beginnings today. Chris Chu, the master of Achu. How the hell are you, Chris?
What?
Nothing. How you doing today?
I am so confused.
You are here.
What? You keep cutting out.
You are here. You are ready.
I am here, yes.
All right.
I try.
How has your week been?
I gotta finish 2 programming projects by Tuesday because I have to present them on Wednesday to hopefully pass my school year.
Damn.
University year. My bad.
What a time. All right. Well, you know, let us know anytime you need to go. We'll totally understand. C, on the other hand, is on a different boat. So,
Yes.
best wishes to you, and best energies to you and on your projects, Chris.
Oh, thank you.
Let's
I
move on
appreciate
to Shin Space Godzilla, or Pro. Pro's here in voice. Welcome, Pro.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my ASMR.
Awesome. Beautiful. Sounds good. And you're feeling good, Pro? You're still ready
Yeah.
for this? Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to up your volume as much as I can. You're already at max, so do your whispers, but do them close to the mic. We'll see if Jono joins you on the whispering. And we got Yoshikage Kira. Or Dio. Holy Dio. Holy Dio. Holy moly. How are you? Good. Dio's doing good. He's shouting out some respect to David Bowie today. That's how I'll put it. So right on to that. The Goblin King. We also have C in the text as well. Greetings, C. Do you hear us? Are you there? How the hell are you? Let's
Sadly,
see
he
if he's
is not
distracted.
listening, I think.
He's playing
Because
League
he
of
is
Legends.
at a
What the
LAN
hell?
Party.
League of
He's
Legends?
at a LAN party. Yes.
No.
How dare he?
No. See, Chris is at least playing Total War Warhammer, not
2.
League of Legends. See?
I can actually pause the game. Yes.
Beautiful. See? See? My goodness. I don't want those words in my stream. Although I did paint. Okay, anyway. But see, you can hear us, it seems. So once I call your name, let me know if you want to participate or not. But I hope you can hear us and enjoy this Monstercast. And let's go back on YouTube. Okay, we got the 2 doppelgangers. Doubled doppelgangers. Whatever. It has his soul. Yes, it does. That's what LOL does. Let's get going. Okay, let's spin this wheel of torture. Once we land on your name, share a monster that you think. So this is how it works. A monster that you think would be good to eat. No matter how you prepare it, whether you eat it raw or whether you cook it up or fry it up, how you can go into a little bit of details on how you would like it served, like seasoned with what, and why you think it would be tasty or good to eat. Maybe not necessarily tasty, but it would be actually good to eat because of its relations to animals as we know them on Earth. Okay? So, let's get going. Yeah, Arthur, for your info, offline games have a pause button. No, you don't say. Mind blown. All right, here we go. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people on my wheel. Is that correct? 3, 6, 7, 8. Who did I miss? Did I miss Yosef? I have Yosef. Dio, Pro, Arthur, Donde. Did I miss C? Oh, no, I missed Chris. Sorry, Chris. You are here.
Oh, thank you.
You made a nice entrance there. All right. Yourself. Okay, here we go. Apply wheel. Let's spin this. Oh, yeah, it's going. Dio, Pro, C, Arthur. Oh, crap. It's an ongoing. I'm going to skip myself this time so that it's not me ongoing talking. I want to give somebody a chance to break my voice here. I'm prepared. I just, let's have someone go first. So let's spin it one more time. If it lands on me this time, I'll go. It's meant to be. Joseph, Dande, Dio, and Pro. Or
Of course.
Space.
Of course it's me.
Godzilla.
All right.
Shin Godzilla.
Well, one thing I do have to say before I talk. My choice isn't really it's a delicious monster, but you do not want to eat it. My choice is the stuff from the 1985 film of the same name. It's a really old movie, but it's quite a classic.
Did somebody post an image, another image of this earlier? But it's a different one?
Yeah, it was me.
Okay.
Wait, let me just find more images.
Wasn't sure if that was real. I have to watch this. Oh boy.
And here's also another cool one. All right, I'm gonna read a quick little summary I wrote earlier.
Okay.
All right. Several railroad workers discover a yogurt-like white substance bubbling out of the ground. These workers find it to be sweet and addictive. Later, the substance, marketed as the stuff, is being sold to the general public in containers like ice cream. It is marketed as having no calories and as being sweet, creamy, and filling. The stuff quickly becomes a nationwide craze and drastically hurts the sales of ice cream. Now here's where here's where the twist comes in. The stuff is actually a living parasite and possibly sentient organism that gradually takes over the brain. It then mutates those who eat it into bizarre zombie-like creatures before consuming them from the inside and leaving them literal empty shells of their former selves.
Ooh.
Spooky.
Yeah, I have to watch this. Nice shout out there, Pro. I've never heard of it, and it sounds like something I have to check out. And it's 1984, you said, correct?
Yeah, it's a pretty... Yeah.
Nice. I love it.
Movie.
It takes the whole sugar as a toxin thing to another level, because as you guys know, sugar. Pretty much everybody older and you yourself will be hitting this point of high sugar blood levels or high blood pressure, which can be also sugar related largely. So sugar will take its toll on you. I'm planning on preparing for that myself, but this is like a warning movie. This should be an educational movie for children at school about not overeating sugar. There. That's my summary of mine.
It's also kind of like a deconstruction of consumerism.
Pro, you're getting deep. Oh boy,
Yeah.
I wasn't
No, not
expecting
really.
that
I
of
saw
Paul.
this from the I stole this from the Wikipedia page.
Nice. Damn. All right. Anybody have any comments about Pro's The Stuff?
And that is yet another reason why Bulgarian yogurt is best yogurt.
And why is that?
That sounds tasty.
Because we literally have. See, there's this thing that lives within within the air of our borders. It's a small bacteria called Lactobacillus bulgaricus, and literally makes yogurt taste much better.
Hmm.
Also, on top of that, you have the fact that the animals that produce milk are fed on a very herbal-rich pastures and the like. So it's both tasty and healthy.
Gotcha. And
Yeah, so
yogurts.
Greek yogurt, zog that shit. Get yourself some Bulgarian. You cannot miss with that shit.
Nice. Now is that yogurt? I'm hoping not to turn this Monstercast into Bulgarian yogurt, but is your yogurt over there? Is it kind of thick or is it more liquidy?
Well, depends on the percentage of it depends on the percentage of fattiness in it. Because you can get some that is very low fat. You can also get some that is quite thick, as
Okay.
they say.
Yeah, I want to shout out something here because I know various people like various consistencies of their yogurt. There's people that like more liquidy yogurt. I myself like more thicker type yogurt. And it's because when I was over in Poland when I was younger, in Poland they had, like Bulgaria, they had something called like cheese, but it wasn't like totally cream cheese, but it wasn't yogurt either, I think. It was called serki, which is like cheese, a cute word for cheese in Polish. And they had this consistency between yogurt and like kind of cheese. And I've never found something like that too much in America.
Tupeno sirene.
Say that again, Chris?
Tupeno sirene, or roughly direct translation would be melted cheese. But it's in reality it is literally it's a cream cheese basically.
Okay. Yeah, they were really good, and that's why I like these yogurts with a thicker consistency now, because it's the closest thing to that I find in the U.S. So, shout out to that. I was gonna say dairy stuff, but not necessarily so. All right. Well, thank you, Procrastitron. I would like to take this the stuff. Get this. Procrastitron. You might have already said this, but where does this stuff come from? Is it like an alien substance? Is it?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure entirely. I haven't watched this movie in a long time. I think it comes from a meteor, I think.
Oh,
But
I
I'm not
see.
entirely sure.
So it might not even
I
be
haven't
an.
watched the movie in a really long time.
Okay. So it sounds like it's something like molecular level, like a bacteria type thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, almost like the Blob or something.
Yeah,
With the
yeah.
thing.
Okay, check that movie out.
And then assimilates you. Well, that's pretty awesome. That's a cool idea. And of course, making it sweet so it entices it's a great adaptation, of course, as most, if not all animals, will be attracted to the sweet taste. Us as well. I would like some of our lab scientists here. I'm not sure who in the Monsterhood are our lab people, but I think Joseph, you can lead this. I want you to collect some of this stuff to the lab, and I want to figure out a way to kind of nullify the effects and just make it a tasty thing that we can produce here and eat without the bad effects within the Monsterhood, and serve and possibly market and sell out there and have a great competitor to natural sugars. So let's step on that.
Monopoly time.
It will be my honor, sir.
Excellent. And we shall call it this stuff, unless people start to get a hint of where it comes from and they want to copy our product. We'll have to change the name eventually. If you guys have good ideas. We have to monetize.
We've spelled the thing.
Excellent. We must monetize everything we can. All right. Great. And we shall use it for gambling somehow as well. Okay, let's move on.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Pro. Anything else you wanted to add on that?
Nope, that's it.
Excellent. Any questions for Pro and his stuff? His white stuff?
Uh-huh.
Nope.
Alrighty. All right, that's a great start. Love 80s movies like that. All right, spinning the wheel of torture. It's kind of zine-ish. Okay. Chris, JMPF, and Joseph. Joseph, it is your turn. Torture wheel.
Well, I'm gonna be short. A succubus. I think I don't have to add on anything to it.
No, Joseph, we're talking normal sweet, not off-brand sweet.
Oh, damn it. Hmm.
Yeah, Chris had that in mind already, and we're talking eating. Literally. Swallowing.
I don't know.
You know?
Could you hunt? Could you kill a dragon and bake it?
Well, I'm sure.
Maybe on a barbecue. I don't know. I'd like to try that.
Okay, all right, dragon. All right.
I mean, it might just be a bit of cannibalism, but I don't know.
Interesting.
I'd try that.
Well, as we know, there's a huge variety of dragons. So I think some would be toxic. I think some could be delicious. What do you guys think?
I bet it tastes like
Meat is
chicken.
meat.
Where's Bog and his dragons when you need them? Louis Zenadog joined us over on YouTube. Thank you for joining us, Louis. Welcome. Alrighty. Well, and Yosef, I guess if you find a succubus, because you can have all sorts of succubuses, what if you found a chocolate succubus and you started by succubus? I think that can happen. And it would be a fun, delicious party. There. Are we in agreement? Not?
Yeah.
Is this whole Monstercast just going to shit right from the start?
Perhaps.
Oof.
Perhaps.
At least it isn't me this time.
Yeah, right? The one time, or the few times that Pro is on target, he's saying thoughtful things. He even got deep for a few milliseconds there. I found a way to screw it. But as long as we're screwing
awesome.
chocolate succubuses. All right, so thanks, Yosef. That wasn't overly helpful, but go and get into that lab and get that white stuff analyzed and
Oh,
It
adjusted.
sounds worse.
Okay, and this is on YouTube. All right, let's spin this beach ball circle of torture. What was that? Goodness, I just forgot. The perverse faction of Warhammer. It's not Chinch.
Slanesh?
Slanesh, yes. I was going to say this. Do I really need to add this? How about I stop while I'm ahead and apply this? I was just saying this wheel of torture isn't really a wheel of torture. It's more of a Slanesh type wheel of torture, if you know what I mean. Okay, and I don't know why I went ahead with it. Arthur, Chris, and JMPF. JMPF, you're up, my friend. Which monster do you think you could eat outside? Donde is now an Arthur. What the hell does that mean? Oh, goodness. I thought more monsters would already be mentioned that we're all kind of aware of on this topic. All right, JMPF says, Millard Findelmeyer. Oh, boy. Better known as Gingerbread Man. Although no one ever... Oh, nice. That is a monster. Excellent. I didn't think of that one. Although no one ever actually calls him that, and that alias alias comes right from the movie titles themselves, is the main antagonist of the Ginger Dead Man series. Is that even a series? I thought it's like one movie, Ginger Dead Man. Ginger Dead. All right, so Millard. Well, I'll have to check out at least the first movie sometime, for what it's worth. Millard was an infamous serial killer, armed robber who attacked bakeries and stole the cash from registers while shooting all the customers and employees he came across. One day he was caught and put on trial, where his victims let him die, served to testify against him. Thanks to the person's testimony, Fiddlemeyer was... What a name, Fiddlemeyer. Was found guilty and killed in an electric chair. After his death, his equally evil mother brought him back to life as a possessed gingerbread man. Chucky, anyone? So he could get revenge on the woman who testified against him in court. Okay, so just revenge against one person, so it doesn't look like he turned into a monster killing everything, but probably changed into that later or something. All right, so like I said, reminiscent of Chucky, quite. Not very original. I mean, it's low budget, but come on, we can create a more interesting creation behind a gingerbread man type horror.
That is true.
Right? Especially with our lab here. Yes. Let's put some of that white stuff on him and see what happens. What about the marshmallow monster from Ghostbusters? Okay, hold on, Mastercaster.
Marshmallow Man.
Hold on, Mastercaster. Mastercaster, if you're going to be joining us, let me add you to the wheel. The wheel of torture before I screw it up. Mastercaster. Mastercaster is one of our newest Monsterites here on the Discord. It's a pleasure to have him. All right. So let's continue. Okay, guys. So any thoughts on the Ginger Dead Man?
Is it bad that I thought of the Shrek one first?
That's what I was thinking of. And that one we know is edible and probably good to eat. Okay, so let's make a vote. Let's create a vote. Do you guys think this one, Ginger Dead Man, would be good to eat?
I don't want that face in my plate.
I don't know.
It's a deep question.
To be fair, that kind of reminds me of SCP-173, the sculpture. So...
Why?
I would run from him.
Let me bring up another image so you guys can oh boy. These are pretty funny. I think this movie needs to be enforced with some $1 million, at least $100 million for production and remade. So there we go. Does he look, that looks more like a pancake. Does that look delicious to you?
No.
No.
Would anybody here try it?
Crazy and you like scary faces?
Well, I mean, cut off the face. I mean, how many of you guys eat beef with the cow's face staring at you, right? So that can be removed. Would anybody take a bite out of him? Take a bite out of crime?
I'd rather not eat something that's been possessed by someone's spirit.
Good point. We got possession
He
here.
can possess other people. Yes, he can.
So we don't necessarily have any facts that some chemicals were put into the creation of him, but we know that there was basically a curse or possession. So that could make it toxic.
Oh, JMF, regarding your question if Arthur likes scary faces, considering the truth of this here meme, what do you think?
A classic.
Which meme?
The one from
there it
Monstercast
is.
16.
Let me... Oh, I forgot about that one. I need to save that.
Oh, so that meme isn't dead?
Oh, that's never going to be dead. That's hot. All right.
It's because this one, it hasn't been overused.
Right. I think Chris created it too, right, Chris?
Yes, I did.
And that's why.
Because I shared the monster.
Excellent. I need to add that to my spiciest meme collection. Alrighty. Yes, that's an original title. So, upon the topic of whether this ginger dead man would be dead or alive, the question is, would you take a tiny pinch of it just to taste it? Because I'm thinking I might. Although this curse comes with it, we're going to have to put it through the lab testing, but I think I might still at least taste, see if it's edible. What do you guys say?
Only
I
after
wouldn't.
working it on with a shotgun.
Doing what with a shotgun?
Working it out.
Okay, so that's fine, but would you still put that a little crumb into your mouth?
Only after it's been tested on Z.
Oh, okay, so after testing
Nice.
on other animals. Okay, I mean other entities.
Oh, thank you, Arthur, for supporting my
Holy
thesis.
Well, sorry, C isn't an animal. I mean, we are animals at least. I did a double whammy there. He's probably
A
not
plus,
listening.
Arthur.
So, okay, so you would take it after testing on others. I agree. I would at least test it on others. We always have Super OCD there. I think she's sleeping in her cavern. She's our typist. She types everything everybody says. She has a little private cavern. Maybe give her a little bit with her coffee. It's not even real coffee, but she's not aware of it. So, all right. What do you say, Pro?
Do you really want a gingerbread possessed
No.
SCP? OCD, I mean?
I think we're
If
going
he,
to.
If he possesses OCD, that would be weird.
What's that, JMPF?
If he possesses OCD, we'll be doomed.
Right. If it possesses right, it seems like a little bit of that white stuff. The stuff you eat it, it might taste good, but
You
it
shot
could
it first.
possess you. Okay.
Imagine if he catch OCD.
So it seems we may have two monster food contenders here that both could in turn possess or assimilate you. We still don't know what Ginger Dead Man, but the stuff would. So let's see if we can continue and find some safer monstrous food for us, other than the dragons.
One thing, Arthur.
Yes, sir.
If you want me to do tests, I want a special mad scientist role.
That's not a bad idea. That's actually, damn it. I said I'm done with making ranks, but it's too addicting. The power has gone everywhere. A mad scientist rank. I need to figure out how it would be done. I think actually Phoenix might be, Griffin might be able to help me with that. I'll chat with her. If you guys have any ideas, do let me know afterward too. If you guys are watching outside, if anybody outside of this Discord, the fun thing with this community, this Monsterhood, is you get different ranks, and they're not just ranks, they're different positions and things by different things you accomplish. If you post a lot of monstrous art or monstrous memes, you get different ranks here. It's pretty fun. Okay, Yosef made a good point. He said if he possesses Super OCD, we'd be doomed. Good point. Maybe she's not a good test subject.
And just throw what's-his-face off-brand images of that one tiger character and we'll be fine.
There we go. I think Chris had a good point at the beginning. Maybe we should just start with C, since he's mechanical. If it doesn't affect him, we can move on to mice. Although I don't know how Chris will feel about that.
Mice are adorable creatures that have never done anything bad to anyone. How dare you?
Oh boy, we're gonna have to find some snails. Okay, moving onward. Actually, no. I'm gonna stand on the side of snails now. Oh, C's here. It was not very effective. Oh, well. Okay. C's conscious of what's going on. Watch out, everybody. Let's move on. So that was, who was last? That was JMPF, right? Not sure. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Let's spin this wheel of confusion. Let's close this. Okay, here we go. And we got C. Arthur, Mastercaster, Chris. Master Chris Chu.
Huzzah!
Huzzah. And Chris, what say you? Delicious monster.
Okay, so I'm gonna be sharing three, because two out of obligation, and one which I personally wish to share. Let me just grab the appropriate images. So first, I'd like to share on behalf of Dark Phonics, as we do not have him here.
Aw.
Yes, and this is in his honor, in his memory. That would be SCP 999, the Tickle Monster. I've mentioned this before. It is a 2 meter, like 8 foot blob of orange goop that is very friendly. It wants to protect people, help them. It literally it has an aura that literally cures depression. And
Wow.
because it constantly feeds on exclusively candy and other sweet stuff, it tastes very sweet as well.
Now, what is to stop us or anything from making this thing go extinct?
Because we are not, because we like to believe that we're not awful people.
Oh, okay, so it's
Also,
contained and such.
Yes, it is literally walking around in a facility, and people get play dates with it during their breaks because that's what you do. Um,
Excellent.
it being slightly tasty is nowhere near as pleasant as the feeling of euphoria that literally cures depression it brings you.
Right.
So there's that.
What is it called again?
Now, the second the monster that I would like to bring up comes from the deep space of the Caprulu sector of StarCraft, and the Zerg Swarm specifically, the Mutalisks. Now, as we talked in one of the very first proto monster, or the very first monster cast that we officially actually recorded and streamed, the Zerg are a xenomorphic species that assimilates things and evolves and all that nonsense. See, I don't know about the rest. However, the Mutalisks are guaranteed to be delicious due to the existence of the company Bubba's Gas and Grub within the StarCraft universe. It is a space chain of restaurants and diners by the Terrans, and one of their top selling products is barbecue Mutalisk wings. And considering that's a top favorite product that people enjoy, pay top buck for, and does not turn you into a monster because it has been properly roasted and grilled to kill off all that assimilating nonsense from it, it's a viable food source.
Is this actually of StarCraft lore?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
How the hell does it find its way into a
here,
lore like that?
Yeah, it is literally in the StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty campaign. There is literally a TV commercial from Bubba's Gas and Grubs where they advertise their 2 for Tuesday barbecue muta wings.
Nice, excellent catch there, Chris.
Okay, and now to find a suitable image of the final monster that I'd like to mention, because this monster tends to be rather not safe for work. I just need to find something.
Okay, something cropped or something.
How viable? No, definitely not this. I suppose this works. The third monster that I will be sharing is the obligatory Warhammer 40k reference, namely Daemonettes, the minor demons of Slaanesh, which I was a bit surprised that you mentioned earlier, because I almost thought that you were going to steal the spotlight from them. Now, the thing about shut your necron mouth. thing about daemonettes is that whenever they appear because they're Slanesh demons. Whenever they appear near a mortal of some kind, they take on the form and substance that is most pleasing to said mortal. So, for example, if you have a fetish for very tall, muscular ladies, they will appear as very tall and muscular, and vice versa. So, if you're really like you have gone for several weeks on just rations and you're just craving a piece of chocolate or just some bit of sugar or glucose to get into your body with all of your soul, one random one comes around, it's gonna taste like licorice basically, or any type of sweet that you have been craving.
What is the point behind that?
To seduce you.
Hmm. Is it gonna be toxic or anything after you do feed on such a demonette?
Well, technically, you are eating a literal chaos, as their flesh is made out of warp energy.
Okay.
But as we have seen, thanks to the glorious thing that is the If the Emperor had a text-to-speech device series,
Mm-hmm.
chaos just tends to make you drunk.
So rather than maybe completely warp you, at least you'll get drunk off of it, and then she'll do what she
At the
wishes.
very least, yes.
Interesting. Now, so you're talking about eating their actual flesh?
And yeah, that is because of a small comic. Let me see if I can find it, because normally the point of them is to seduce you to the side of to the side of Slanesh or chaos in general.
Right.
But if I can just find this comic where it's basically a random daemonette appears in front of a group of Imperial guardsmen stuck on an ice planet, and she's like, "Puny mortals, why don't you set aside your want for the Emperor and satisfy yourself with my flesh or something?"
Oh.
And because they have been stuck on an ice planet for God, the Emperor knows how long, they were extremely hungry, and they're like, "Food? I'll just rip her to shreds and eat her."
Okay.
Just
I'm
hungry.
wondering, so obviously it is going to have a bad effect on them. If you eat too much of her flesh, it's going to affect her negatively. But would they even sacrifice themselves their whole life for that?
Now, unless you manage to put them down permanently before you begin eating, they will start eating from you as you're eating from them.
Okay.
Because weird, kinky stuff like that.
Interesting. I like it. Another assimilation type possible monstrous flesh.
I've managed to find the comic book.
Cool, let's check that
The
out.
comic, not comic book. Here it is.
Okay, let's take a look at that here. Oh, it's tiny text, but at least you already
Yeah,
said
we
what
can
it
open
says.
original. Yeah.
Nice.
Oof.
Interesting. I hope it would warp them at the end since they've eaten so much. That's just more chaos.
Devotion to
breeding.
the Emperor is too great to be warred by a mere daemonette. It's just an animal. And like animal, that makes it food.
Alrighty. I want to catch up on a couple comments here. I like Shin Space Godzilla's our pros. He said, "I feel the warp overtaking me. It is a good feeling." Shout out to that. Good stuff. Also, who said it? JMPF said, "No Heroes of Might and Magic 3 today?" Good question there for Chris.
Well, they don't tend to have stuff that is good for eating, as far as I know.
Right, and Chris did play his Warhammer card. Remember, Chris has 2 cards. It's Warhammer and Heroes of Might and Magic 3. And then he has some Joker cards he'll spin out as well. Also, Jono's here. Welcome, Jono. I already added you to the wheel of
Hey, John.
Hey, Pro.
nastiness.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Dande, JM,
Hello.
No, I
John,
didn't.
everybody.
Johnny Guitar.
We got quite a nice group here. That's a nice thing of starting early, as people tend to appear later.
Yes, actually, I'm an hour later, but okay.
There we go. Oh yeah, it's already an hour. What the hell? We're not even like halfway through, and it's almost an hour. Okay, I'm babbling too much. And one more comment that I wanted to shout out was from, I believe Joseph Yosef. He said, "Arthur, referring to the tickle monster, he said we can raise them in captivity, clone them in the lab, and sell them. I think that's an excellent idea. We need at least a couple tickle monsters walking around the Monsterhood, raising everybody's mentality here, enlightenment. But most of all, the most important thing he said, we need to clone them and sell them. So once again, monetization of the Monsterhood. Yes, sell tickle monsters in tiny dosages. We need to experiment on them in the lab enough to give them a short lifespan, so that they
Why?
live maybe. Well, it's for business, Chris. It's for business. They live for maybe 6 months, like some small octopi, to a year, and then customers have to come back and buy more from us. So just a little different genetic variation on them. Nothing painful or anything. It's just a breeding thing. Okay, yeah, it's a morph. Yes, there's a lot of morphs in fish and reptiles that come out and birds. It's just another morph of this tickle monster that we create for business. So note to yourself there, Joseph. Alrighty. Cool, Chris. So we had the tickle monster. We had the what was the
Mutalisks?
Yes, the barbecued wings, and this demon net. Awesome. Any replies on that? Any favorites out of those three from you guys? Octopi.
The first one.
The
tickle
first
monster. He's so cute.
Yeah. I think I'll say it now. I think that's going to be my top one for the day, even though it's been mentioned before. The fact that it cures depression, and it's tasty, and it's totally benevolent. Mamma mia. Okay.
Mamma mia.
Let's.
Don't steal John's line, Arthur.
Yes,
yeah, right.
that's true.
How are you doing, John? Jono, thank you for joining us.
I'm really fucking full of curry and chicken. I can explode or puke right now, but okay.
All right.
I'm okay.
Interesting. Jono exploded and all that food came out. Would anybody try it? That's a really
No.
disgusting
I
question.
taste Italian.
He tastes Italian.
Don't worry, John. Your skin is too thick.
But he is
Yeah,
toxic.
that's true.
Yes, the thickness. All right, here we go. Let me catch up with the comments from YouTube. Greetings, Monsterhood. They don't eat me. I'm supposed to eat you. JMPF. Let's see. Mushroom Monster. Ooh. Love it. Oh, that's something I didn't think about, too. Raincrawler also joined us. He said ingredients: flour mixed with ashes of serial killer, 4 1/4 ounce of butter, 6 ounces of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of ground ginger, 1 drop of blood, and 1 egg. Put in the oven at 350 degrees for 7 to 8 minutes. Sounds good, Louis says. That's, I believe, with the ingredients, the process to create a nice gingerbread man of our own type monster. Thank you, Louis. You should be one of the our lab people here. We are hiring right now. I've eaten sashimi, he says. In some cases, the food is still moving, such as octopus. That's true. You got to chew it, or else it crawls back out. Not kidding. Have you eaten something like that, Louis, where it's still moving? Because I've eaten my share of things, strange things, but nothing that was, or I'm not sure. Wheel of Morality, turn.
Hey, Victor.
Cav
Hey,
J
Victor.
joined us. Victor joined us. Welcome, Victor. How are you? Monster Master.
Tired and frustrated.
Burger time, food. Yeah, man, poplars. Okay. All right. All caught up.
Sorry I couldn't be here last week. I had to work a triple.
No worries. And last week we actually skipped. And yeah, I hope you guys had a good weekend. We skipped another weekend last time. So that's how it goes. Okay. Anything else you wanted to add there, Chris? I didn't want to take the attention away from you too early.
Nope.
Okay. So your favorite, Chris, out of your three?
I'm gonna have to go with the Mutawings, because I know what warp shit does to you.
Interesting indeed. Okay. Let's spin the wheel of whatever. Here it goes. Donde, Dio, C, Arthur, and it's on Victa. Victa, do you know what our topic today is? Victa?
No, I do not. I've been out of the loop.
Okay, well, Victor, today we're talking about monsters we think would be edible, would be good to eat. Any ideas? Something from D&D, perhaps? Phoenix joined us. Griffin, over on YouTube.
There are many monsters that could be deemed edible in Dungeons and Dragons. Take a look.
Okay, do you want us to come back to you, maybe?
Matter of fact,
Okay.
in my Tuesday game, we actually ate a monster that is a bird with the head of an elk. I forget what it's called, I think but I will know soon enough.
Okay.
And it was described to be akin to eating chicken and venison at the same time.
Okay. Holy moly.
Just have to find.
We have 7 people watching us. That's incredible here.
Yay!
Perryton. That's what it's called.
Say the word, write it down, Victor, and I'll find an image. Oh boy, Jono joined us over there too. We're just watching ourselves. Let's see, I'm one of them, and Mastercaster is one of them. Great. We can entertain ourselves with ourselves. Perryton, yes, I remember Perryton. Perryton is also of mythology. Let me grab an image here. I wonder how the D&D... I think this is... Yeah, this is the Forgotten Realms one. So this is a D&D one right here for you guys. It is also of mythology, but the mythological one is very similar. So D&D stayed... or Forgotten Realms stayed pretty true to it. And here's another one. A sad Photoshop here. But here we go. So the Perryton, edible? Looks like it. Nothing looks toxic or nasty. Well, deer is quite edible. A bird, hawk, I'm sure, would be okay. Would be a bit tougher meat. A lot of fiber there. What would you like your Perryton to be? Oh, good question, Joseph. You are on target there. That was one of the things, is how would we serve it? So let me ask you that, Victor. If you were to serve Perryton at a party, how would you flavor it? How would you prepare it for us?
Well, it could be done a number of ways. The same amount of ways you could cook a deer or the poultry grill.
Mm-hmm.
Stew, fried, grilled, baked, broiled.
Goodness. That would be quite a crowd pleaser
Right, really.
to have a Perryton served, I think. Just, and like stuffed and like with an apple in its mouth. Just like a showcase at the dinner table. Everybody's sitting around, all of us, and this Perryton right in the middle. That would be quite a glorious meal there. Again, reminiscent of Asterix and Obelix end scenes.
You could even roast it over a fire.
Mm-hmm. I like how I asked Victor that question.
The way my party actually had it was in a stew.
So you have... Oh, really? So you have served
Hey,
it
Gargamo.
before?
Hi guys, I'm sorry it took me such a long time, but like I said, I had a prior arrangement that I, didn't want to, wouldn't have easily been able to change or cancel.
Awesome,
You
Gargamel.
are A-OK, my friend.
Yeah.
We're glad
Also,
to have
you
you.
asked what kind of monster I would find appetizing. That's actually a very easy one. None. There's not one that none of the monsters from any movie or book or TV show I would find, appetizing.
Alrighty.
And I know it's gonna, kind of disappoint you, but
So
it's
that's
just, the way it is. The way cinema is, like, even the people, like, for example, who eat meat, if you were to look at, like, say, like, you eat a lot of chicken, if you just look at a chicken and had no idea what chicken was, I don't think you'd find the chicken particularly appetizing.
See, I have to disagree with you, Gargamel, because my general policy is if it is not people and it is made of flesh, it is edible. At least try.
Then you'd
Gargamel.
probably make a big mistake eating a puffer fish, like the Japanese, like the fugu, because if you're not careful with that, it could kill you.
Wow.
oh
See,
Gargamel.
that is the baseline. Underneath that, you also have the specification. Is that thing normally poisonous? If it is, I ain't touching that stuff.
Also, Gargamel, something you missed here earlier. We have a lab here in the Monsterhood, and we put this stuff through analysis and testing. So we find the best out here and then make sure we can package it and sell it.
I do have something else, though, that you'd be interested in, because it's on the subject of eating monsters this week. There's a video game that you should check out. It's on Steam. Arthur, maybe you should type this in. It's called Dungeon Munch. It's a game that's about you resurrected from the dead as a zombie by this, like, waifu, like, necromancer girl, and she's running a business where she has these zombie workers that hunt down the monsters in the dungeons so they can cook them and eat them and sell them at her restaurant.
Alrighty.
Gargamel.
Dungeon Munchies. Oh, okay. All right. Well, Gargamel, we're gonna finish here with Victor because we are using the Wheel of Torture today. So I might return back to you, Gargi, in a little bit. See if you've changed your mind by then. So let's continue here with the wheel. I'm looking at the Dungeon Munchies right now. That looks pretty fun.
Well,
That looks really fun.
I also hear that red dragon meat is rather tasty and comes pre-cooked,
Oh, nice.
seeing as the red dragon is of the fire element.
Mm-hmm. Victor, and I was asking you, did you actually, when running a campaign or being in the campaign, did you actually have a dinner party with a Barryton?
Oh, yes. Matter of fact,
Nice.
it was... Actually, it was for breakfast.
Were there any ability? What's the word? Any positive effects from it, like added points to anything, any attributes after eating it?
No, not really.
Okay, that's cool. See, that's a kind of D&D campaign that sounds fun. People eating Perryton. It's not just dungeon crawling and killing stuff, but
Realism.
monsters. Yeah, those little
There
details.
are, like I said, numerous monsters that could very well be in
Absolutely.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Joseph suggests that.
Although one set of monsters is to be avoided being consumed at all costs. Those are the slimes,
Mm-hmm.
because they bite back.
Gotcha. Joseph suggests that red dragon meat could be quite spicy. Can we eat
Oh,
Beholder?
yes, they very well could be.
Yeah, I imagine xenomorph meat would also be quite spicy, but in another very, very bad way.
I think xenomorph meat
Well,
would be great
usually
for
made out of
There
plastic,
are no
so-
xenomorphs in.
What'd you say, Arthur? I'm
Dungeons
sorry,
and
you're being
Dragons.
interrupted, so I'm having trouble understanding what you're saying.
I think xenomorph meat would be great for C. I think he would rather enjoy it.
Bon appetit.
Well, xenomorphs are technically made out of plastic or some kind of metal, at least. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, and their acid type does feed on steel, so yeah, C would
Yeah,
suffer
so-
just as much as any of us would.
I think they are made of carbon, so they're probably made of plastic or metal, or I'm An element we don't even know.
And actually, yeah, they're what is the word? They're not carbon based. They're silicon based. So
Yes.
Yeah, I think they might be. Maybe we should research that, see if that's actually the case in the lore for like aliens.
it is somewhat. Yeah. Did had to. Okay, let's see. Pro's shouting out something here. Hold on, Pro. I did think about. Well, actually,
Another.
I don't want to mention that one, Pro, yet, as someone might. So let's continue. We can. I did have that one on the mind too.
Another.
It's a good one.
monster
Okay.
That is to be avoided being consumed at all costs is the Hydra.
Ooh, Hydra. I don't know about that. Because in mythology, Hydras are quite toxic,
I believe.
acidic.
Their blood is toxic.
Yeah. So maybe if you clean.
Plus, I don't think you would consume a corpse that's been
Technically,
raised
whenever
already.
you eat meat, you're consuming a corpse.
As in a zombie, a witch, a skeleton, a white.
Okay.
The undead.
I think it would be an interesting topic. What undead creatures would be edible?
See, that would depend
Probably
on
not
where
too
you're
many
from.
of them.
Well,
Most of them are like, if it's not, brought back by magic, it's done by like some kind of like virus. And if you, like, for example, ate a zombie chicken or a zombie cow or a zombie pig, you could get the zombie virus yourself.
Yes.
Bacteria.
See, on the topic of eating the undead, there is what Gargamel just said. There's also depends on where you're from, because in Iceland they hunt these sharks and then they bury them so they can rot, so that their meat stops being toxic. And after the shark corpse has rotten, that is when they eat them.
That's interesting.
Yes, with Greenland sharks
I was
because
about to say,
they're
unless you are a fan of fermented.
Alrighty. Okay, guys, let's move along. We have a lot of people still to cover, or meat to cover, meat to eat. So, thank you, Victor. Any last thoughts on Victor's monsters? Meat? Victor's meat? No? Okay. Moving onward. All right. We're spinning the thing again. Okay. JMPF, Dande, Dio, and C. C, it's your turn. C, let's... Oh, God. Still on League of Legends. Come on, C. Redeem yourself. I know you posted some stuff there. Well, it's your turn now. Come on, C, boy. Come on, CC. CC's Pizza. That's a little cheap pizza buffet here in the States. C. Well, okay, let me scroll up a little bit and grab what C did post. I'll count that for him as well. In case he doesn't come back. I think that's fair enough. So C did shout out this crustacean kaiju from one of the Godzilla movies. What's the name of him again? Come on, boys, you know the name.
Or Ebira, depends on the accent.
Say it again.
Ebira.
Abira, right, with a B, right?
Yes, Ebira.
Yeah.
JM just wrote it.
There we go, Abira. And yeah, I was thinking about this one as well. Good seafood, it's crustacean, exoskeleton, very large pieces of meat. I would imagine it'd be... You'd have to eat it fresh, best, and it would be pretty tough maybe considering the size of it. Or the opposite, could be very tender, could be very soft. What are your guys' thoughts on a Abira party, food party?
I'd love to eat him with a side of butter.
Mm-hmm. I think he would be quite delicious, to be honest.
Yes,
I think that's
I love lobster.
I would love to make a bonfire, make some Abira, and just enter Abira and eat Abira from one end to the other and exit out the other part of the body. That sounded a lot nastier than it would be, trust me. It would be delicious, and we could do it as a group. It would be an eating race. It wouldn't be like digging through. The rule would be you can't dig through the meat to get to the other end. You actually have to eat it So once we see you pushing meat aside, you are disqualified. You have to eat through a bira to the other end and see who wins. So there we go. That's my idea for a great party there. Any other Abira thoughts? Chris?
I'ma just have a nice meal and fuck off. I do not care about getting food poisoning.
Okay. You think... it's possible. It's possible. He could... Yeah, we'll run him through the lab again. Yosef will make sure.
So if you eat too much, you get food poisoning.
That's true. A lot of people, not just food poisoning, but a lot of people have allergic reactions to seafood. A lot of people don't even know it. In Asia, it's more known, and you'll see it with people getting very itchy and bumpy skin. Again, in the U.S., people don't know such things, and if they do, it's like huge knowledge, and it's in magazines. But in Asia, it's been known for a long time, and I'm sure Europe more so as well. So, there we go. Maintain... as always, keyword here is moderation. Know your moderation with your Abira feasting. So thank you.
Yeah, well, I think it's a well-known thing here in the U.S. that some people are allergic to shellfish. In fact, when I used to work at a place called Umami Burger, they had a list of food allergies to be aware of.
Mm-hmm.
So as to be careful not to serve, things to certain people that make them sick.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things they had listed up there was shellfish.
Interesting. Yep.
Crustaceans usually can be allergic.
Mm-hmm. They're allergic to humans.
I'm
crab.
I'm happy I'm not, because I love fish so much.
There we go.
And also every type of seafood.
Shout out. So thank you, Silent C, for sharing that. A moment of silence for C. Okay, that was beautiful. Okay, let's spin this wheel. What a Monstercast it is. It's definitely shaping up, right? I know I ruined the start. It's been in dark areas, but I think we're heading back up. Gargamel came in.
It's fine, Arthur.
Cleaned this place up. Pro is giving me words of encouragement. Okay, Dio, Arthur, Gargamel, Victor, John. Oh, I need to take Victor off. Jono, it's your turn.
Oh God! Oh fuck. Okay. Yes. I'm gonna share. I don't know. I don't find what I'm going to send. I don't find it tasty, because I hate fast food. But what I want to share are the eggs from Poltergeist, the trauma film, which is a critic of all the fast foods and shit like that. And I hate fast food. And yeah, because in the movie they keep eating this shit, and they keep eating it and become zombies. So this is another proof of if you eat something that has a zombie virus, you get it too. Yes, that's the purpose of the movie. It's a very crude movie, because it has a lot of splatter, a lot of gore, a lot of vomit, a lot of nude, but it's a very cool film. Also, a bonus is from the Poor Taco, because movie is called Poultry.
Poultrygeist.
Yes, the Poor Taco, because he's a worker at the fast food, which is turned into an hamburger. Is basically an immigrant gay Mexican hamburger, and America isn't ready for it. Hey, Griff.
Very reminiscent of what Pro shared earlier, Jono, which was the stuff. And you eat that stuff, it's very sweet tasting, but then it has this assimilation, zombie effect over on the feeder. So you said they eat this stuff, they eat the eggs, but once the egg develops, what does it turn into exactly there? Some kind of...
An hamburger. Yeah, turns into an hamburger. Don't know why.
So what is that bird then?
It's a human meat burger.
Wait, so hold on. Let me clarify this. So the egg turns into the hamburger or the bird?
No. The hamburger is a person who got pushed into a meat grinder. No, you eat the egg, and basically you become a zombie chicken.
Oh, I see. Okay. And when the egg actually hatches, what hatches out of it? A zombie chicken as well?
Dan got it right. The Mexican dude starts masturbating on the chickens. One of the workers end up fucking a frozen chicken. He
Oh,
hands
goodness.
he hands up like this. I'm gonna post it, but gonna
Please don't.
cover it a spoiler because it's
Do it, John.
very.
Do it, John.
Oh, I posted
This is definitely getting very unsafe for work. This conversation.
Oh, hell yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Use it as a spoiler section.
Wait, so if I
Open
click...
it. Open it.
Put
and
in a
only-
spoiler section and also put in a not safe for work warning on it, please.
If I click on that, is it text or is
Don't-
it an image?
It's a link to the image.
Oh, okay.
Don't click on it if you don't want to.
Gotcha.
Okay, then put it on. Please do us all a favor, and also put a not safe for work warning on it.
I'm gonna put it on the NSF view.
Oh,
How the
goodness.
fuck is it called? Cavern.
Alrighty. I think Jono wins the award for worst movie mentioned today.
No, I love that movie. I'm
I'm
sorry, JM, but America isn't ready for a gay immigrant Mexican chicken.
Great. Just when I thought this Monstercast was going up, it managed to crash.
Normally.
Nicely. Hey, demons, it's your boy, Skinny Penis. Beautiful. Thank you, Jono. Thank you, Pro. We needed that.
I'm sorry.
Okay, moving on. Any replies to Jono's weird stuff there?
I think I'm just gonna stay away from that movie.
Yeah, it's not for everyone,
Valid.
of course. It's kind of. Also, I am full of chicken right now, so I couldn't watch it because
It's on the
I
mind.
feel so bad. But yes, it's a very, very hard movie to watch, even though it's full of bad humor. It's not a serious film, of course. There's a lot of stupid jokes, but it's made on purpose.
It does look
But, yeah.
fun. It looks the practical effects, especially in the images that you showed,
Yeah,
shows that it's a pretty
it's-
fun movie. They actually put some effort into it. It's not like the scary movies and those crap.
No. It's also a serious criticism on
Bad
fast
good.
food, nationalism, racism. It's a lot of things.
Nice.
Trauma did-
Nationalism is a good
did-
thing, though.
No, it isn't.
You
They
would
did
say
a good
it's-
thing with the movie. Yeah, I really like it, though
So it's bad
it's
good.
for
Things about to get political here.
yeah. No, don't want to discuss politics. I don't care. And yes, it's also a musical because
Cool.
don't know why. And people start
And
singing.
like
That's
that,
my
you've
fault.
lost me.
Alrighty, another movie
Both
on
of
the
you
list.
stop.
So, what was I gonna say? So, okay, so another monster food that would assimilate you in turn. Looks like 90% of the stuff we're talking about today is would have negative effects on you, or about 85%. Okay. Any other comments? Seems like a good bad movie.
I need
Not
to
that I
watch
can
this
think of.
movie.
I just want to change the subject. I just hope it's not there's something else.
Alrighty. Thanks a lot for that, Jono. That's the kind of feedback you're
worries.
getting today. Moving on. Let's spin this thing. Okay, Dio, Arthur, Phoenix, Gargamel, Jono just went. I guess you have to go again, Jono. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, another movie.
Well, how's our time looking? We're an hour, 13 minutes. Okay, updated the wheel. It's getting a little smaller. And here we go. Arthur, Phoenix, Gargamel, Mastercaster, and Chris. What the hell? You again? Why are you still on
What?
here? Well,
I don't know.
Okay, updated wheel. Sorry about that. It is smaller than we thought. She said. Okay. JMPF, Dundee, Dio, Arthur. Okay, so it's my turn. I didn't go at the beginning, so that you guys can go. Okay, so here's mine. I'll share some images along. So first of all, we have, of course, the, well, kraken, or giant octopus of one of the Godzilla movies. Forgot which one. You guys can probably catch that.
Godzilla vs. King Kong.
There we go. And I have to shout that one out because it's not, it's not a costume. It's not fake. It's an actual octopus.
Yes,
filmed.
they used 4 different octopuses
Calamari.
to portray him. Yes, it's
Nice.
I picked just it's a real octopus.
And
I mean, 4 of them.
4 of them. Okay. And I know that after filming the movie and stuff, they actually ate those octopi or octopuses. So yeah, I shout out to that because they actually used a real animal. It must have really kind of struggled there too during the filming, so that kind of sucks as far as that goes.
Yes, but at least they didn't do like on Cannibal Holocaust, in which there is real violence on animals.
Right, exactly.
Actually, Cannibal Holocaust, I think the violence was actually faked, but they made it look so real.
That
the director got in trouble for it. Because it was an actual motive.
For violence on humans, yes, but animal violence was real.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Oh.
Yes.
There's quite a few out there.
Deodato had a lot of problems because he told the crew to disappear from the scenes because he wanted the movie to be realistic. But yes, he got sued for that. Fun fact: that movie is Italian. It's an Italian movie.
Those Italians.
Yes, most of the actors were Italian. It's an Italian/American movie, but yes, the director was Italian.
So, yeah, Apocalypse Now is another one with pretty bad animal violence, but it was done also out of the States and in an actual...
Yes, they shot it in South America, so where it's legal.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, guys. Yes? So I want to mention this octopus also because it is a real octopus filmed as a giant octopus. So therefore, if it is in relation to the actual one, we know it wouldn't be toxic or anything to that level. So it should be quite enjoyable to eat. Once again, I would think that the meat might be maybe a bit tough. But it would have to be eaten fresh. The fresher, the better. As with, pretty much... most eating corpses. Okay, skipping over that to the next one. Here is, and then shout out to this, because where I actually did eat a monster or octopus on camera. It was our video a long time ago that I did on the Kraken, where I actually had some cooked octopus my queen made for me, and it was very good, actually. I enjoy eating octopus. Okay, continuing. I mean, just think of the protein. I mean, you're eating all muscle here. Much better than this guy that I'm showing now, which you guys brought up already too. And that's the State Puffed Marshmallow Giant Man.
State Puffed Marshmallow Man.
Arthur was correct and enjoys eating the very thing he wants to destroy me. We'll talk more about that prophecy and how it came to be for some people to understand that. That was a bad phrase. Yes, this Marshmallow Man, edible, but would it be fun to eat? I say no, like a little bit. But like I said with my race eating the crustacean, I think that would be fulfilling. You would feel good eating that. If you ate a handful of Marshmallow State Puffed, you would be feeling a little crappy. If you actually dug your way through his body eating him, you would feel pretty damn
Marshmallow
nasty.
start to suck after the third one, probably.
Yeah, he would be tough to eat. Not as fun as you would think. You would be full too quick with all that sugar and shit. Okay, another one, quick mention, is, of course, of the movie, I think a 90s movie, if I'm not mistaken. 80s or 90s. It's 70s, actually. What the hell? Night of the Lepus. The Lepus. There we go. Where's my image? Deal just...
You're taking place for other people.
Yeah, I wanted quick mentions. That's why I wanted to go later too. It's with the giant rabbits. But okay, so the main one I wanted to mention today is this one, which was like the second video I ever made on the channel, second or third actual monster coverage, and it was on the Ghidra. And I want to shout this one as my main out, as the Ghidra is a gourd type monster. So we're not, there's no serious animal violence here. It's a vegetable, well, it's a gourd. It's a plant type monster. It's a pumpkin type monster as it's a gourd. So it would be fun to feast
Night
on.
of the Lepus is the movie with the rabbits. Oh yeah, remember it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and sorry if I stole. I just wanted to do quick mentions. Compete eating a giant rabbit. So yeah, the Ghidra, a gourd type monster. So with our Perryton that Victor served up, we can have a side of vegetarianism here with the Ghidra. Okay. Any thoughts, comments on that or any of these? Any favorites out of those?
No, because the octopus is my mortal enemy.
You're gonna explain me that someday.
Yeah. I think we ruined that for Pro because we just made him hate this animal for no reason at all. I think more and more, and it's not logical or anything at all.
Squidward gives me PTSD now.
Squidward is a squid, not an octopus.
Bank of him in my room.
Shh, it's close enough.
So yeah. Another reason I guess I wanted to shout out Ghidra is because it's such a rarely known monster, such a just secret out, not secret, just rare. The video for it was suggested by this creature creator guy. He has a channel out there. He was one of the first supporters of World of Monsters, actually, and he's over in Texas, and he makes Halloween houses every Halloween. He has a whole little workshop where they create masks and a lot of stuff for Halloween and props, and he suggests to do the Ghidra because there's not much information on it. So shout out to him and his channel.
With the Ghidra, as far as eating it would be, is it may be if you, for example, if you believe in an animal rights, like you might have an issue with eating it because it's, even though it's sort of a plant, it's technically very much like an animal because it walks around and like moves and stuff. And can it feel pain?
Right.
If it can feel pain, there's the issue now of okay, is it ethical to eat it for that
There we go.
reason? If you like, for example, because you think that it's unethical to eat like animals, then would it be ethical to eat a Ghidra? Because now it's kind of it's a plant monster, but it's also got a lot of animal attributes as well.
Indeed. Gargamel is taking it deep. I appreciate that, Gargamel. The ethics of eating a monster. So we would have to take some Ghidras into the lab, see just how intelligent of a creature they are, how sentient and such. So Gargamel, if you're out there in the fields and you spot one, please bring it over. We shall not harm it.
Okay, I will.
Excellent. Okay, that was beautiful. Let me check out what's going on here on YouTube. Cloudy chance with meatballs. Okay, I'm surprised nobody mentioned one yet, but I won't spoil it. Let me take myself off of here. All right, here we go. Spin that wheel. Here we go. Dio, Phoenix, Gargamel, Mastercaster, JMPF. Oh, he already shared, didn't he? He was early on. Let me delete him. Remove him. Okay, spinning again. Donde, Dio, Phoenix, Gargamel. So Gargamel, back to you. It's officially your turn. Have you changed your mind? Is there any... I don't think you're a vegetarian, right, Gargi? So would you be...
No, I'm not actually. But I'll talk about sort of a monster that is eaten on a TV show, sort of, not really actually, but the the character, my name is now the Gargamel in the Smurfs. In some of the episodes, he tries to eat the Smurfs. So it's kind of both a sort of funny thing because it's like he hates them and he wants to but also in the show, at least a few episodes, he wants to hunt them because he believes they taste good. And it's also, the more I think about it, the more it's really kind of creepy.
Right.
The creatures that are acting like people, and he wants to eat them.
Indeed.
You guys know what the Smurfs are?
Yes.
I grew up on that.
The Smurfs. Good.
Yeah, I grew up on it too. That's one of the reasons I chose the name of the villain, because Gargamel is one of my favorite cartoon villains.
I think we have gone a little bit in depth in Monstercast in the past on Smurfs, but what do we know of their biology? Are they kind of plant-based or fungus-based?
No, they're not plant-based. They're like I'm not really sure because the show is a fantasy show. It's not a sci-fi show, and they don't really go into any details on their biology. So we know next to nothing about them. They appear to be animals, though. They don't appear to be plant-based.
Okay.
Also, in that case, if we want
And
to
they have
know...
and they wear, although they don't wear a lot.
Okay. You were saying, Chris?
There's only one way to find out. So, nom nom.
Yeah, I love that ZBrush work of art that JMPF just posted. That does show them a little bit different. That's why I was thinking fungus-based because of that artwork too. But that is a beautiful work of art. If you guys look at the details and the high-resolution image there, absolutely love it. And that snail there, excellent.
Yeah, it is. It's also not a normal take on them.
Mm-hmm.
That's
indeed.
not what they look at. They don't look like that in the cartoon.
Right. Ooh, I like
the stuff like the mushroom cap they have on them. Thing that's on top of their head that's a hat.
That's a hat.
You know.
Right. I love what Griffin said. They're gummies. They're blue gummies. What if they just taste like gummy bears? Ooh, gummy bears. Shout out to that as a monster. Inedible.
Again, only one way to find out. Nom.
By the way, I know our European folks usually know the things I refer to like Asterix and Obelix, but how many here can raise a hand or a nod to the gummy bears of the 80s?
Oh, I remember that show when I was a kid, but they
awesome.
They don't look like the candy bears in that show at all. That Disney
I
cartoon.
also grew up on that show.
Sweet.
Never seen it.
Never
they kind
seen
of look
it, really.
like regular bears in that show, except for the fact that they don't look like bears. They look like teddy bears, kind of.
Right. They
wear
are.
Clothing.
They're not gummy at all. Jono, have you heard of Gummy Bears? The old cartoon?
The food? Yes.
No, the cartoon.
No, I didn't know there was a
There we go.
gummy bear cartoon. I knew the Care Bear. Oh,
Oh.
God, that was
It was
after
so
that.
good.
No.
And another shout out to David the Gnome and the trolls from there. Such cringy trolls. Okay. What the hell is that? That pro posted. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Gargamel. And Joseph confirmed that in an episode that he did want to eat a Smurf. So I think as far as Smurfs go, we may do some lab testing, but make sure we keep it as ethical as possible. Again, Joseph, you're on top of that. Moving on. Any questions?
It would be kind of difficult to do that in real life, being ethical, because and doing eye testing on them because they're kind of acting too much like human beings. They're
But
not
are
acting
they
like
human
wild
beings?
animals.
Right. It's okay.
Which is
We'll
why
start with.
It's really disturbing that Gargamel wants to eat them.
We'll start with
Maybe
skin
I would have
samples.
named myself Gargamel if I thought more about that.
We'll start with skin samples and go from there. Guys, looking at what Donde posted, that gif of the Smurfs, I just realized that Smurfs have tails. I never realized that. Did you guys know that? Smurfs have little knob
They've
tails.
always had tails. It's a well-known fact among the fans of the show.
Well known. Yeah, I did. I never
There was one
noticed.
episode where Gargamel tried, the Gargamel in the show, of course, tried to disguise himself as a Smurf, and the one thing that gave him away is they didn't have a tail. So he had to fake the fact that he had to fake a tail. He had to put a fake tail on and eventually fall off, and that's how the Smurfs realized he was not a real Smurf.
Wow. All right, fun facts on Smurfs. No idea. Okay. Awesome. Questions, comments on Gargamel eating Smurfs? Go ahead, guys. I'm going to spin the wheel.
It ain't people, so I fail to see the problem.
Okay, spinning the wheel. Looks like we got 4 left.
Well, the ethical thing becomes how much is a creature have to be like a human being for it to qualify as a person?
That might have to
if
be
qualifies as a person, then you wouldn't be able to, just say I'm going to treat this thing like an animal, because it's no longer just an animal. It's a rational animal, just like a human being.
Indeed. Good point.
In order for it to be a person, it needs to have a 100% match with the human genome.
So you're saying human, but people consider a person a variety of things too. So that's a tricky.
But then that's because you're not thinking with the guidance of the Emperor.
But also, in reality, that would actually make being human kind of in an odd way, like personhood kind of meaningless, because what is it that makes a human being, a person?
Indeed. I think this would be a great topic for a future Monstercast. Distinguish and then give examples of maybe some gray area monsters where it's very hard to decide whether they are sentient enough to be seen as people. As general as that term. I want to use it very general here.
Yeah, it is a general term.
Yeah, that would be a very interesting discussion. I like that we led to that here. I would like to, maybe make a whole Monstercast on that, and we can explore that. I see Super OCD is sneaking about. We have some tamers here and wranglers. How about we step on that and drag her in here? She's trying to avoid work. We can't have that. We cannot have that.
I can relate to that.
Okay, Dio. Holy Dio. Holy Dio, it's your turn. Let's read out your portion. I hope he hasn't fallen asleep.
I hope not.
Hey, Pro, you said, I was reading that recently Holy Dio fell asleep when you guys were on VC. Did you guys hear him snore again?
No.
Ah.
It was pretty silent.
We need to get that officially in the Monstercast. That is one of our goals. No. Let's see. Yay. Holy Dio. Come on. What's he doing? Let's shout him out. I'll post it again. Didn't look at it. Let's see. Okay, he is active.
He's in the wrong Kevin.
He is. I'm guessing he's in the Voices of the Monsterhood one.
No, he was in the NSFW one.
Caught red-handed or pink-handed or white-handed. So the deal being naughty. All right. Well, I guess this gives us the permission to troll on him for a little bit. Come on, Dio. So many call-outs on Super OCD. Okay. Looks like a burger one again. I will talk about the hamburger spider thing from Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Okay. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Because I don't really found something else. Laugh out loud. Just had this thing in mind. All right, cool. I'd like to do a versus episode between this hamburger monster and the hamburger monster that John mentioned, and see which one would win in a battle. And then eat them both at the end.
Oh boy.
Yes, John.
Only here at Voices of
Sorry,
Monsterhood.
That would actually be your silliest versus episode ever, probably.
Right, we could combine both of those series into an episode. Nice. John, my burger will overpower yours. Okay, what can you tell us about this one? How did they come to be, Dio? Are they aliens? Are they cursed? What are they?
Nah, a guy created them like other creatures made out of food.
Oh,
I
I
don't
see.
remember the movie correctly, but they were created by some randomly guy. I don't know really.
There was a machine.
He used the machine.
Yeah, something like that. Didn't watch the movie that often. Only one time.
That's such like cheap writing, creating something. How do you do it? A machine.
Magic.
Just
No, Arthur.
create a
If
machine
I
that parse it
remember,
out.
if I remember, they use a machine or something like that. I don't remember that movie either.
Hmm.
No, Arthur. It's the spider one is from the sequel. In the sequel, it turns out that the machine started mutating the land, and then food started becoming like creatures and stuff like that. So it's
Oh.
not just from a machine.
Okay,
like the first
okay.
one.
That sounds better. I'm wondering if that's the one. I think it looks like just a bunch of hamburgers flying about on the screen. Really low budget movie.
No, that's the first one.
Okay, that's the first. Okay. Okay. Are these hamburgers, the spider hamburger, is it hamburger sized or is it giant?
Giant.
And how dangerous is it to a human?
Pretty dangerous.
And giant meaning how giant? Like a car? Bigger?
Bigger than the chickens that ate a person.
Okay. All right. Okay, thanks for your help on that one, Pro, as well. Joseph says, I'd eat that.
Wait, I found an image.
We need to mass produce them. I agree, Joseph. Let's see what we can do with them and how we can monetize them. There's also a taco crocodile. Crocodile. Okay, guys,
I
so...
recall the crocodiles.
Yes. I was thinking about those the other day, for whatever reason. Oh, we're talking
burger.
about the CGI movie. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah, I forgot that's the title of that one. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's a whole different thing then. Cool. Yeah, I do remember that. Good shout out there. And it is definitely, I believe, edible. No issues there. So, yeah. Anybody not interested here in eating a giant hamburger?
No, probably.
I'm not really a
We'll
big
put
fan
it
of
down
hamburgers.
first.
Okay.
That spider burger has finally met his match.
Alrighty. I tend to try to limit my consumption of beef and such animals. I still do, but I tend to prefer to limit it, largely because of health. Anyway, let's move on. Thank you for sharing that, Holy Deal. If you have anything else to say, say it now, or forever hold your burgers. And let's spin this wheel. We got Dundee, Monstercaster, and Griffo. And it's Dundee. Dundee, I haven't heard much from him lately. Let's see if he's still in the right mind frame. In Bender's game, Bender eats dwarves. Huh, okay. Louis Zenadog says that. Yes, I knew Smurfs had tails. Okay, so, sorry. That's my ignorance on Smurfs. Dondi. Where are you at, Dondi? Oh, there he is. All right, let's go. Damn it, I'm starting to lose my voice. Anybody want to read this? Going once? Going twice?
Okay, I'll go.
Beautiful. Jono, go ahead, loud and clear.
I'll go with a few. The first is Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, which are tomatoes turned sentient by Dr. Gangrene. Gangrene uses the tomatoes to take over the world, making large tomatoes, small tomatoes, and even cherry tomatoes. So far as even making tomatoes into people, or with the right music and toxins, you could make an army of evil men created from tomatoes, or an army of bikini-clad women. As for being eaten, they were dipped in toxic chemicals, so you wouldn't be able to eat them unless you wanted to die. The Mad Lobster is a Yu-Gi-Oh card, which is a monstrous monster. It's a great monster to use in water Yumi deck, and it's low cost and high attack, making it a decently good monster to use. However, you could eat it. Dark World, some sort of demonic dark world, the Mad Lobster is considered gourmet food. Of course, how tasty it is to human is something that will need to be tested.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh, but Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is a cool movie.
I like how you smirked at the fact that he created them to take over the world.
Of course.
Right? And yeah, I was waiting for this movie to get mentioned. That's why I didn't want to ruin that. Question, it's a bad movie. Yeah. Question though, was it revealed that they are edible, the killer tomatoes?
No, they are toxic.
Ah, yes, they were dipped in toxic chemicals. Okay, so no. And as far as the Mad Lobster, we need to test that out. So Joseph, get on that one. And yeah, okay. So Mad Lobster of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Killer Tomatoes. Has anybody here actually seen that movie, Killer Tomatoes?
I did.
Nope.
I did.
How do you feel about it, John?
Well, it depends. If you wanted to watch a serious movie, of course, it's not the movie for you. But it's a cool, so bad it's a good movie, of course.
Tomato Woman. I've heard about it so much. And you will hear about it, especially if you're into cult movies and just a big movie goer. But I thought it'd be like more watchable. You know, it's really kind of bad. I mean,
yes,
it's just bad. It's a very amateurish, and you really need to sit down with a group of people that are ready to kind of laugh and point fingers. Otherwise, if you're really putting time aside to watch a movie,
yes, it's
tricky.
of course not. It's of course not a movie that it's
Yeah.
good to watch seriously.
Because what I'm saying is like something like the Troll movies that are bad, good. Some movies that were mentioned today, there's still movies they have some kind of plot, acting, terrible acting, but Killer Tomatoes is like, it's even another level.
Yes.
Although I think it would still
Because
be for me.
it was made because Troll 2, for example, wasn't made bad on purpose, while Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, yes.
And it's like okay. So I guess what I'm saying, it's like a homemade movie.
Basically, yes. I don't think it had a great
Not of
budget.
the fun kind.
Yeah.
Let me check how much budget did it have. I should find information about it.
For me, it's still probably more enjoyable than like the scary movie level of
Oh,
productions.
yes, of course. No,
See,
it-
I like the scary movie franchise, so I am legally obliged to disagree with you.
All right. Good to hear.
I saw the first one in theaters and I hated it.
You paid money for that thing? Ew.
He was
The scary
expecting
movie,
good
yeah,
comedy.
I did.
All right. It's still better than the worst one of the night. I like that image right there.
I like the first scary movie and the third one. The other was not that much.
Well,
Yeah,
it does
same
have
from-
Leslie Nielsen. So shout out to Leslie Nielsen because he rocks. The guy from Naked
Yes.
Gun, if you guys have
Yeah,
seen those
Of
movies.
course.
And Spy Hard. He was awesome. I miss that kind of good comedy or
Yeah,
that style.
he said he died.
Indeed. Okay, it
It's
had a
not like when
$100,000
Sunshine
budget.
That Tornado is sweeter. Just
That's crazy. $100,000 budget. Those alien short flicks on YouTube that are excellent. I'm sure they have less than half of that budget. $100,000 with that. outcome of Killer
And
Tomatoes.
it was made in the 80s. And
Yeah. At least
Not
they
for
made their
long.
money back, it seems, because it really has
yeah, it
made
had
a
like
huge noise.
600,000 of gaining back. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Alrighty. And it got
Actually,
there
they
faster
made
than the
profit.
room.
In proportion, it made more than King of the Monsters.
Yeah, and like Dande says, it created like a whole franchise of its own with cartoon and toys. So yeah, that's big. Bigger than the room. The room took some time to grow its
Yeah.
its audience. That is a phenomenon in and of itself. Maybe even a monster. The room and Tony Wiseau. Continuing. Thank you. Whose turn was that there?
Dande.
Dande. Thank you, Dande.
How did I vote?
Beautiful. And Yu-Gi-Oh. And thanks for reading that, Jono. I've never had somebody take that opportunity. So let me give you a watermelon. There.
Yay.
A single watermelon.
Give me the melon.
$600,000. Okay. Only $1,000 were used.
Yeah.
All on tomatoes. Okay, let's spin that wheel. I didn't take Dande out. And it landed on Phoenix. Phoenix Griffin. It is your turn. Phoenix, you can share over here or over on YouTube if you're watching. I'll read on your behalf. Raincrawler is saying, yes, good cartoon. The intro of the cartoon was nice. I'm not sure what he's... Okay, I think he is referring to Killer Tomatoes. Cartoon show was better, Louis says. Very true. Cool. Any thoughts on me being close to 1,000 melons? Goodness, I have to do this live here. Well, I guess I will since we're waiting on Griffin. I'm going to give her another minute or so to reply. Pro is nearing 1,000 melons. Congratulations on that, Pro. I'll just tell you... Oh, goodness. I have to break it down to Pro again. It's going to get emotional. Don't
There will be no rank.
preset any ranks in your mind. Don't do that. I set ranks, and there is a rank, still a melon rank, and maybe more than one ahead, but I don't always set them in numbers that are easy to predict, because that's more fun. And so once you do hit that number, it'll become common knowledge. So I'm just going to say that, okay? So take it easy. Keep gathering your melons. And those are my thoughts. It's lower. It's less than 10,000 though for the next one. So I'll tell you, it's between 1,000 and 10,000
Okay.
melons. Oh yeah, what I did want to tell you, Pro, making it so announced here, is that you're at a hell level. If you guys know what hell levels are, back in MMOs, we had hell levels. So you would have these levels that are easy to attain, but like in EverQuest, old EverQuest, level 35 was a hell level. It was just hard to get through. It took a while. So Pro, you're obviously ahead of the game in a lot of ranks here. You're in a hell level. Okay, so accept it. It has to come eventually, right? There are a few hell levels here. That was way too much time spent on that. Griffin is not replying. We're going to have to pull a couple of our feathers out. Oh, there she is. No. Right on time. Okay, good. Nobody touched a feather. Don't touch a feather, everybody. Keep your hands to yourself.
Watch as Pro does.
And only on the tickle monster. I don't know what Victor said there. I hope it's humorous. 6, 9.
Watch as Procrastination, our changeling, still does.
Oh, hi, Phonics.
Just met that request.
Wow, Phonics made it. We have 12 people here. With Louis, Zenadog, and Raincrawler, we have like 14 people active. 15. Ah, what a day it is. And we did take that week breaks. What a nice time to come back. And this is pretty hot today. This is pretty hot. Okay. Arthur, you knowing that I'm reaching you, you'll be outranked. Yeah, Jono. Watch out, because I made some memes on you before this Monstercast. All right, Phoenix. I'll read on your behalf. Okay, Going to mention the Five Night. Wait, no, what is that? FF15 Ramen Quest. That quest was such an obvious ad placement that I find it too amusing to leave out. So one of the guys gets mad hungry for ramen, and we'd end up killing a behemoth for it. I'm trying to comprehend what she is mentioning here, but let me go on. The one I want to eat personally would have to be the mother and child dish. It looks pretty much like a curry. It is made with cockatrice meat. Ooh. That's all I got for Monster Foods. All of you get on my level. Okay, here are some images. So this is from an ad? But, oh wait, so does anybody know what she's talking about here?
She is saying foods made out of monsters.
But this is a ramen. This is from a ramen advertisement. Where do the monsters come in exactly? I'm still a little confused here.
The monsters are the ingredients.
In the advertisement? What?
They are the ingredients, the things the food is made from.
Right. In an advertisement for ramen noodle soup. Yes?
I suppose.
See, that's very confusing for me. Oh, Final Fantasy 15. Oh, right, because I didn't read that outright. Okay. Makes sense. Final Fantasy is Japanese-based. Ramen is Japanese-based, so they have ramen noodle soups in there that are monster. Nice. Okay, that's a cool shout-out. I didn't know that. We have figured out this conundrum. Any thoughts? Any fans of Final Fantasy here?
Yes,
Not
I
sadly.
played several of the Final Fantasy games.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 7, 8.
And the cockatrice there are a little different. They do seem more edible, don't they? Alrighty.
Well, isn't the cockatrice supposed to be a poisonous monster as well?
I just know it turns
Isn't
you
that
stone
things
by
like
looking
that
at you.
just the basilisk?
Right. Minute for the Minotaur.
As the basilisk turns you to stone when it bites you, the cockatrice just needs to look at you. But the basilisk is also a bigger creature.
Okay. Okay. That works for me. That's specific out of lore and eating it, so yeah. No questions about whether it's edible there, unlike with a lot of stuff we've been talking about today. I want somebody to mention something of an edible monster that doesn't negatively assimilate you, but rather gives you some kind of attributes that would be interesting to read about, like enhanced strength, night vision, etc.
Well,
that would be kind of like the Dungeon Munchies game I mentioned earlier.
Oh, okay.
That happens in that game, where eating certain monsters gives you eating the monsters gives you certain like attributes, but you can only like have a certain limited number at a time.
I think we kind of strayed off topic because the topic of today's Monstercast isn't edible monsters, it's delicious monsters.
Well, as I was about to say, the flavor and any bonuses you get from eating a monster in Dungeons and Dragons is ultimately up to the person running the game.
Okay, so the DM.
So,
fair enough.
Yeah. Dungeon Master's call.
That's the nice thing with D&D is they don't try to hold your hand with everything like so many games these days, particularly video games, but so much of it is down to the DM and being a good DM. Anyway, so Phoenix says...
benefits the story that he or she will allow it.
Indeed. Phoenix says, no, in Final Fantasy 15, I think they did a deal with Ramen Noodles Company to put it in the game. Oh, very cool. A nice sponsorship there. I want something like that. Step on that,
I gotta go,
Joseph.
actually. I'm gonna I'll be leaving for a while.
Okay, Gargamel.
It's nice while it lasted here.
Yeah, it was
I'll see you
awesome
guys
having
later.
you. Take
Hopefully I'll
care.
be able to get the next one earlier.
Excellent. No
What'd you say,
problem.
Arthur?
Nothing much. It was awesome having you, and yeah, take care.
You take care too. Bye.
See ya. Because before that, I never saw them do this, and that's why I found the quest amusing. I agree there, Griffo. They are poisonous, but I think in the game they do something to make the cockatrice less lethal. Nice. See, we need that kind of lab. Come on, Joseph. Hire the right people. We can't have Final Fantasy making us look cheap. All right? Let's get this going and monetize it. Okay. Let's eat werewolf. Let's finish up here with our last people, which is one person, which is Mastercaster. I'm not sure if he's... Oh, and Phonics. We'll give him a chance after that. Mastercaster, are you there? He mentioned some stuff earlier. He mentioned the crustacean, I think. If he's listening, speak up, Master. There we go. I volunteer as guinea pig Pro says. I would choose Namazu, the giant catfish from Japanese mythology that when moving causes earthquakes. Oh boy, that's awesome. Why was this never
good catfish?
Why was this never mentioned when we talked about like giant creatures so much? Because that's pretty awesome.
Because they make so much food and they can be used in so many different ways.
That sounds fun and doable and eatable and edible. My problem with seeing a catfish that big is once we kill it, we could only eat so much before the rest spoils, and imagine the intense odor it would create throughout our planet. Just the stench of a dead catfish.
Here's an idea, Arthur.
Oi.
A catfish buffet.
Well, as long as we get some large monsters involved to clean up the meat, that'd be nice. Although, being one of its kind, yeah, we can't do it. It's against, we have...
ethics and morals.
Yes, but beyond that, we have things that we actually stand for in the Monsterhood and enforce here. Just like the Red List and Endangered Species List, we have our own Endangered Monsters protection unit here. I forgot who's leading that. I think it might be Jono.
Well,
you lead the task force of protecting endangered monsters. So, I think he is now aware of it. See a Gargamel. I love it. Another fish lover here. Yeah, did you know, since Jono, you're such a fan of fish and stuff and sea life, did you know about this catfish?
yes, I remember from the River Monster episode, probably one that was shot maybe even before the Fukushima accident. Yes, they said that there was this mythology in which a giant catfish was the cause for the Japan earthquakes. Yes, I knew that myth.
Awesome. I was just thinking, how big would it have to be to create that impression of when it
I think
moves?
as big as the old Japan, because all
The
Japan
thing about the
is
fish causing earthquakes, I'm actually saw I think it was an episode of the monster fish on Animal Planet where they explained it. Because of the catfish in a particular area were very sensitive to seismic activity. So usually before an earthquake or a volcano eruption or something like that happens, they would just swim up to the surface of bodies of water and just bubble the water up. And,
yes,
and shortly after that, earthquakes would follow. So people likely thought, oh, the catfish are causing the earthquakes.
Oh, I
yes,
see.
I
Very
heard that
fascinating.
too. Who knows why? Actually, even dogs bark before earthquakes usually because they can feel the
Indeed.
smaller vibrations. So yes, it's probably something like that.
Right. Yeah, very interesting. Very cool lore there. We had some puns from who? Let me see here. Who threw the puns out? That was Donde. Donde's getting a little dandy. He said it would be a fishy world. The smell of fish would confuse people. Yes, everything would be fishy about us. Thank you for that pun. Catfish, I hear, tastes good. Yes, okay. So I think this one works for today's topic. And a little bit of cryptozoology there as well. A touch of cryptozoology. Or I would choose
the joke was rather fishy, Andy.
So fishy. Clone it. We can clone it though. Indeed, Joseph. Or I would choose gremlins from Gremlin, Mastercaster says. What's so edible about gremlins or delicious? I like how Jono's slapping away at the keyboard today, taking Super OCD's position. Wouldn't that be... Chernobyl. Interesting. Gremlin eggs. Gremlin eggs did look a little bit yummy. Legs, not eggs. Oh, never mind. Really? Okay. Anybody share Mastercaster's feelings on gremlin legs looking delicious?
I have to say no.
I could see them being served like frog legs. I see Super OCD and Bago are...
They reduce to goo too fast.
My goodness. Mort Jep is playing League of Legends too. This is blasphemy. Super OCD, we know you're out there. We know you're out there.
She's not here.
But she is. She is being sneaky. We're going to call you out, Super OCD. Phonics. Go ahead and share your delicious monster or edible monster or monster you think would be good to eat. Several people are typing. I've committed a cardinal sin. Crap. Pros at it. Pros at it again, guys. Phonics. Come on. Step on it. Darth Phonics. Darth Phoenix now. Don.
Force is stronger than this one.
We know you're in here, Super OCD. Don't have anything. Okay, Phonics has nothing today. Let's leave a moment for Super OCD.
Silence for Super OCD.
We got nothing. She's totally shrugging us off or ignoring us. Drinking milk of a female minotaur, Ring Coraller says over on YouTube, sounds totally like something Mimi would say. So, drinking milk from a female minotaur. Louis says it sounds delicious and tasty. Gremlin legs sound like frog legs. Okay, so yeah, minotaur milk. Sure, why not? Humans are so used to drinking bovine milk. What would be so shocking about minotaur milk? Okay, question for you guys then. I know most of you, probably all of you, would be quite hesitant to drink human milk right now if you were being offered it, seeing the human in front of you as well. But you would be much less...
Depends on how attractive the human in question is.
Interesting. But as far as cow milk, I'm sure you guys would be much more open. So if you had a minotaur standing in front of you, as attractive as a minotaur can get, per se, with swollen... Okay, never mind. But offering you milk, would you accept it faster than milk from a human? Or would you be just as hesitant? Big question here.
Again,
We're going
depends
deep.
on whether we're talking a minotaur or minotauress, and if it's the latter, how attractive said minotauress is.
Okay, we are talking Minotauress.
Because
We're
you
talking
don't
about
want to
milk.
try a minotaur milk,
No,
unless
no.
you're into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's
Oh my.
stuff. So, any answers? Who would accept a Minotaurus milk? Just to taste it
I'd
out.
give it a
I
shot.
don't think
What the
so.
hell?
Sounds too nasty.
I'm curious enough, as long as I know that it wouldn't harm me. Yeah, I'd try it out. I'm curious still what human milk would taste like, as obviously at this point I haven't had that in ages, as most of you. But I have to admit, genuine. Okay, I'm not. No, you guys aren't going to cut me out here. You're not going to cut a clip of me saying something ridiculous. Once again, thank you, Pro.
Come
That
on,
was
to say it. We already have a lot of material.
Yeah.
Indeed, you do. That was almost a C moment, but with me, with the harp in the background. So, I think that
We do that all the time.
we started weird, we ended weird. What an episode this has been. How many people are watching? Still, we got a few. Thanks a lot for that, Louis. And there he goes, adding that I think human milk would be nutritious.
It is.
You. What am I clicking on here? Did I just click on? Okay. All right. I think without further ado, I think we are wrapped up here. Nastiness. C's getting triggered there. Okay. Great.
Also, show me the memes you made about me. Now I'm curious.
It's very revealing. Are you ready, Jono?
Oh, no, but yes.
I know you're scared. I know. I know you know what I know that you know that I know that you know. So, all right, one meme for... Oh, crap, I almost put the wrong thing in. Hold on, Jono, I need to make sure I don't put the wrong thing in as...
Oh, God.
Their images I used to make it. Hold on here.
Yes.
Now I'm starting to worry.
Yes.
Hmm?
Let me double check it. I almost put the wrong thing up, Jono. I don't want to crush you.
God.
Everybody's getting more curious. Here we go. Big reveal. 3, 2, 1.
No.
Total face reveal there. Don't mess with me, Jono.
Well,
I should have not followed on Instagram.
More inside stuff for people that have a life and aren't aware of certain things here. We had an OCD here for a second. We did we? Oh, she did. She did do a woo-ah. Whatever. We're going to have to tie her up to the typewriter. Watch out, Jono. I have another.
No,
I'll share it after, maybe.
I think Arthur just scrolled through all my Instagram account to find the photo.
And there's a recent one from Dio. All right, guys. What did I want to mention today? Oh, yeah. Think of some topics real quick. Please don't overdo it. I like the ethical one. I'm going to mention that one. Where is the line and which monsters cross the line or not between what we ethically consider a person, someone we would give rights to, we wouldn't do things such as kill and eat. Where is that line? So we'll say, I don't know. I don't have a title for it. I'll just say ethical monsters right now, in short. That is my suggestion. Go ahead and make your suggestions for the next Monstercast.
Let's just go with that one.
Okay, that's a vote then. Let's see, Cthulhu. Oh, that's a good point. Joseph brought up eating Cthulhu. Cephalopod god. I like that. Cephalopod. If I ever make a music band now, it's going to be called Cephalopod God. That's the name of my band. I'm sticking to it. Memes would be a good monster cast in itself. Just monster memes. Not only stuff we create, but from outside. Face reveal me, man. I have no fear. Yeah, Louis in a dog. We can face reveal him. Louis cool. Louis definitely seems like a cool guy to hang out with. Watch some monster movies with. I gotta shout him out. And his channel, YouTube channel, Louis in a dog. You guys can give him a follow. He does some toy reviews of like Predator toy reviews. I need to cut my voice. Spoilers, Call of Cthulhu. Okay, folklore monsters. We got another one. That's a big one. That's a big one. You should have marked it. My band would be Sons of Synth. Sons of Synth process. C. Okay. Still trying to trigger C. Flying monster, says Donde. Okay, we'll keep it to that. There's the time limit for that. So let's say it's gonna. I'll have to think of a title. Ethical monster. Flying monsters. I think that was mentioned previously as well as a suggestion. Intelligent sentient monsters. We did something like that already, Joseph. Actually, we had a monster cast like that, right, guys?
Yes, it was like the not misunderstood monster, something like that.
Even that, yeah. And then technology, high technology. So ethical, flying, and folklore monsters of folklore, and that's it. So we got 3. Okay, make your vote, guys. Ethical monsters, where the line is between a monster that could be considered a person. Flying monsters, so that would be Flying Monsters 101. Folklore monsters 101, basically, as those are general topics. Okay, let's see our votes. Jano says folklore. Let me repronounce that. Folklore. Flying monsters from Dande. Folklore Joseph. Flying from Shin. Folklore from JM. What do you say, Chris?
I don't know. Honestly, do not know.
I'm going to go with my own on this one. Ethical. Folklore seems to be in the lead.
But we talked about folklore monsters once.
We did, actually. We did local ones. Monsters near you. We did one like that.
Oh.
So it would need to be more specific. So let's redo it. Specify it more, Jono.
Yeah, it's more
Or
general.
we'll kick it out.
That doesn't mean to be near you.
Okay, so really just general. Okay, so yeah, we're sticking to the same thing. Darth says flying. Louis, what do you say? Louis says folklore, raincrawler, a lot of folklore.
Yay.
And Louis, I am surprised nobody brought up any mushroom monsters. I'm a big fan of fungi. I've said it before. I'd love to search for mushroom monsters and feed them. Who's our hunter here? I don't know. Jono's kind of our military guy here. Jono, find out some mushroom monsters we can hunt out. And breed and reproduce and, of course, monetize and sell. Thank you.
I'd say the only thing that comes my mind is the clicker from the last, actually, and the old. Actually, I don't know that much of fungi monsters. So yeah, it's the first thing that popped into my mind.
Those did not look very delicious at all.
No.
Or healthy.
Probably the only edible. Yay.
All right, Folklore Monsters wins. Congratulations, Jono. So, guys, next time we will do from what I'm aware of for now, we will do a Monstercast next time, and it will be on Mushroom. God damn it, Folklore Monsters. Any questions, comments, concerns? Everybody full, or is everybody hungry?
As of currently, no.
I'm not hungry anymore.
No,
Everybody lost their
ate a lot.
appetite.
Could go for some Muta wings though.
Actually, if I have to post another mushroom kind of monster, I'm gonna post this bad one.
Let's see.
Probably it's the only edible thing.
Oh no.
I thought of it actually. The mushroom cow from my.
I think the seemingly most delicious ones today I would have to consider are all the seafood ones. I think the seafood ones would be the most delicious, most healthy. I think the funnest shout out today was the Tickle Monster by Chris. I think most pathetic movie would have to be either the Tomatoes one, Killer Tomatoes, or the one mentioned by Jono. That's all. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Jono, thank you for reading on my behalf that time. And yeah, let's say our goodbyes here. Let's go down the list. Dande, thank you for attending today. And thanks for sharing. Just go ahead and share your final words there in text. Darth Phonics, thanks for finally showing up and sharing as well. Well, you didn't have too much today, but Chris did share on your behalf. He did give you a little shout out because he did share the SCP. So, yeah, thank you, Darth Phoenix. JMPF, thank you for sharing as well. Shout out to you. Go ahead and say your goodbye, final words.
Bye.
Jono.
See ya.
Thank you for finally showing up as well, Jono, and your face reveal.
You still need to send another meme, you dumb.
Right now? Or later?
Yes,
similar.
right now.
Right now. Okay, Jono wants his now. He wants it served on a platter. Here you go, Jono. It's about how much you worship your leader. And there it is.
Did Victor already say his final words, or?
So, Jono, go ahead and say your final words. Thank you for joining today and sharing.
Thank you for that photo. Goodbye, everybody.
Joseph, thank you for joining in today and sharing. Go ahead and share your final words. And for being the lab master today, we need more scientists.
I hope you all had fun, and see you next time.
Beautiful. What a nice group of people we have here. And Chris, go ahead and say your final words. Thank you for attending today.
That was my pleasure to be here. So did Victor say his final words, by the way?
We haven't gotten to Victor yet, and he did disappear, so go ahead, Chris, on Victor's behalf.
On Victor's behalf, as he usually says, do not fear the unknown, seek it out, study it, understand it. To which I would follow with my own final words, fear the unknown, shoot it in the face with a shotgun.
There you have it. I was going to mention something that I forgot. Oh, thank you, Chris. Shin Pro, could you offer us some final words? Some vocal? The unknown is gay.
No, his father cut.
Come on, Pro. Pro did enlighten us with his words earlier, though. Thank you, Pro, for attending. Any last words? And Dio, Holy Dio, or Kira, your final words. Goodbye, people. Was a great David Bowie experience again, like always. Beautiful. And what was I going to mention? For next time, I need to mention something I'm forgetting. Something I'm forgetting here. Oh, yes, Dande's event. Dande, come on. You need to be in charge of this. About Dande's event, he has a challenge, the Eye Monster Challenge, a monster that has to do something with eye or eyes. He has an art challenge. Any type of art, can be written art, musical art, visual art, any type. That will be wrapping up at the end of this month. We need to figure out how it's going to be presented still. So Dande, make sure you update us on that before it's too late and the month is over. Okie dokie. One thing I wanted to mention earlier too, and I'll mention real quick now before we say our final goodbyes, and we are 2 hours over. There's a series on the main channel that I will be doing. I already mentioned it before. It will be so I have 2 collection series. I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts about it. One collection series that I did already mention is the hunt for the best miniature. Basically going from A to Z, any monster that is mentioned, I will find the best miniature, aesthetically the best that I could find out there. I will purchase it, paint it up, and present it on the channel. So I'm in the process of that one already. So nothing more about that. It's already begun. I already have the first one. Just watch out for that. No, I'm not rich. Hence, it's one at a time. And the other collection series I do want to start as an official series on the channel. I do want to present it well, but it's just not yet. Is a collection of animals, preferably exotic type animals. So not like cats and dogs, right? Unless they are more monstrous in a way, and I do have one in mind. I will be doing a monstrous collection of animals as well. I would like to get back into keeping some interesting animals and pets. That is a huge passion of mine. Oh boy, Pro said mini. Hold on, I have to catch that. Okay, thank you, Pro. What I'm thinking about starting lately, I did mention this before, it's a very nerdy thing, but it's actually, I think, quite fun, and I suggest it to you guys, especially if you don't have much money or time. Snails as pets. I plan on getting into freshwater snails and start with that. I have kept some in the past when I was younger. They are fun, and one of the main things when people ask me about what country I dislike, every country has good and bad things about it. One of the best things I love about living in the US is you can practically order anything now on the internet, and as well as animals, which would be very hard in other countries. You can go on websites here and see all these different species of, say, snails or praying mantises or assassin beetles. Really cool stuff here that's actually available for purchase as pets. They wouldn't normally find in a lot of other countries. So that's my shout out for one cool thing about living here. But anyway, snails, and it's going to be a little warm up. I don't think I'll put that on the videos yet. But when I talk about this stuff, I want to find some pretty cool rare creatures out there. How I will run these collection videos is I will start with one creature that I already have and share info about it and husbandry, but then leave it to you guys in the comments under those videos on YouTube to vote for the next one I should find. And I'm going to keep it realistic, so you can't blow something at me like a tiger or, a lion. It's going to be, I'm going to give you like a kingdom or a family name. So such as, should we choose crustacean or mollusk? You guys will vote from there, and I will choose something that I can afford that is keepable from that. Anyway, I hope that made sense. And dollars. Let's monetize that. And what are you guys' thoughts about it? Just real quick.
I think it would be a bit of a hassle to maintain.
Maintain what? Like a series like that? Or...
I think I might have misunderstood, but you said you want to buy animals and review them. I think that would be a hassle to maintain.
Yes, collecting animals. Nothing crazy. I'm not talking like large, zoo level animals, just smaller ones, and slowly, build a collection like that of different species and such, and share about it. So yeah, it wouldn't be anything too out of reach, obviously, since I would leave you guys to vote for the animal type, but I would actually choose which specific one. So you it wouldn't get out of hand. But yeah, if presented well with a good camera, good narration, do you think this would be all right for the channel as far as monstrous animals go?
Well, it would be a nice thing, but I'm not sure if it would fit that well, because there's already a number of animal owning / review channels. Like, for example, there's one kid I follow. He looks like in his early he looks 18. I'm not sure what I can't remember his name is, but he has like a whole terrarium set up at his place and like koi pools outside of his house in
Nice.
the yard. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not sure. It's all it is a saturated field. You could
It
say.
is. It very much is. I follow quite a few reptile channels and animal channels like that, so I know it's definitely, there's a lot of stuff about it, more than monsters by far. So I don't plan on competing with that. And that's why I didn't get into animals ever. That's why I got into monsters, because it was a more niche thing, although now it's less niche over the last years. But Chris is absolutely right. So this is just something I want to add in, but not like make a powerful big series. Hence, it's easier for the second channel because that's what that's for. But I think if I do a video just once in a while on it, I'm hoping that would work. And again, it's also to draw attention to animal life and all that. A little positivity in the real world from our channel as well. So, yeah. Okay. And why not ants? Why not ants? There's a lot of stuff to choose from. But yeah, I don't even know why I mentioned that here, but the whole snails thing. But I think I'm done.
I'm gonna need to pop off, gentlemen.
Yep.
So I wish you all a good night.
Thank you, Chris. You started off this whole thing well today, and you've closed it up. First, goodbye from Chris. Guys, everybody offer your goodbyes, and goodbye from this side as well. Take care. Thank you. Until next time, stay monstrous, my friends.
Awesome.
I hear Jono.
You like my new avatar?
Jono wants something from me. He wants to worship me more. Alright, that's that. Stopping the Monstercast in 3, 2, 1. Oh, and goodbye everybody over there on YouTube.